Blog Talk Radio.
Back to step one we are, aren't we? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Tell me, baby, is it a mistake? I've been giving more than I take. Do you ever miss me when I'm gone? I need to know. If you don't let me go, what do I mean to you? Make you do the things you do. What does it signify? Where am I? And I keep forgetting me. There's no immunity from love I can't deny. Where am I? Am I the one for you? Will I grow old with you? Am I irreplaceable? When you look into my eyes, what do you see? Making up that you don't really care. Playing with my mind is unfair. I wanna hear you tell me that I'm wrong. I need to know. If you feel love, let it show. What do I mean to you? Make you do the things you do. What does it signify? Where am I? And I keep forgetting me. There's no immunity from love I can't deny. Where am I? Am I the one for you? Will I grow old with you? Am I irreplaceable? When you look into my eyes, what do you see? I need to know. Really need to know just where I stand. Do you even know? Give it to me straight. I don't wanna fake. I don't wanna hurt no more. Am I the one for you? Will I grow old with you? Am I irreplaceable? When you look into my eyes, what do you see? Who am I? Am I the one for you? Will I grow old with you? Am I irreplaceable? When you look into my eyes, what do you see? So maybe you can come up with something. Who am I?
Oh my goodness, I love that song. Who Am I by Amira. We actually, me and Mr. Stout, he has a radio show that comes on Saturdays from 8 to 10, Skin Beats Radio. And so he also, he's at Skin Beats Radio on Instagram too. And we just did an interview with her. And I just love that song. Her spirit is just so cool. We interviewed her a few months ago on the Move Unscripted. So I just love her energy. Anyway, you have tuned in to another episode of On the Move Unscripted on Purpose. We are basically unfiltered, uncut, unscripted. Like, we just give it to you raw. So if you hear any mistakes or any bloops or bleeps or blocks or whatever, just understand we've already told you ahead of time that's unscripted. So don't come looking for perfection. But what you will find is how we feel. All right. So anyway, let me tune into my girl. What's going on?
Hey,
What's going on, everybody?
it's been a
What's
critical
going
week.
on? Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. Like,
Lord,
What,
where did we
well,
begin?
let's start off by finding out how y'all dates were. We'll start off that way. How was your week? Whoever want to go first. Whoever want to go first. Marie, you want to go first?
Okay.
My week. Who want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. This is Marie. Hey, viewers. How are you? Let's stay out there. My week went okay. It was a little awkward since everything went down. I'm a home health nurse, and some of my Caucasian clients didn't.
Something just happened. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, I was going to say, y'all there? You said Caucasian, and they made them flicker. Like, don't be talking about them white folks.
I have, clients of all ethnic races, but my white clients, my Caucasian clients, they were a little awkward this week. They were. I had some that were very apologetic about the situation. I had some who truly did not understand what the big issue was about. And, I had one or two like, you guys are never going to be able to move forward if y'all stay stuck. And I had to try to explain that it's not just about the killing of George Floyd. It's about how this has been going on for years and years. And he was like, but I've seen changes over the years. And he's an older gentleman. So I said, okay, well, can you at least name to me 3 to 5? Three white young boys between the ages of 13 and 24 who were killed by the hands of black police. Can you name 3? I'm like, and because I can't. So if you can, please enlighten me. 3, I'm like, man, there's so many of our young black men and our black men and women that I'm like, it's too many to name. It's got to stop. I'm like, and the only reason why it has slowed down is because people have cameras. And because we complain so much, the police are supposed to have their cameras on every time they pull somebody over. And that's to protect the person they pulled over as well as protection for themselves to show like, oh, they lied. I didn't do this. But oftentimes we still find that cops are still not having it on. Like the white woman cop that killed the elderly black guy who used to feed the police for free. She said, I heard something in the back and I waited in 9 seconds and you didn't say anything. You didn't say stop, halt. You wait 9 seconds and then you just start shooting. People like that do not need to be on the force.
Maria,
they don't.
I just wanted to find out how your day was.
Well, that's how my day been going. That is how my day went. I thought you said how our week went, but that's how my week went.
A week went. Right in. Our Marie went right in for the judgment, but she's out on the lawn. She's out in the field, so she's hearing everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think we'll get back to you where we're at. Right now, I just want to know how everybody's week was outside of what's going on in the world.
I'm sorry.
All right, so
the gun,
Missy, you next. How was your week? Your week, you.
My week was. I've been able to get some rest, so and I ain't gonna complain too much. My week was all right. For where I'm at in my life, I'm just, going with the flow. That's all we can do. Right. So it wasn't nothing bad, but I'm still holding on for my apartment now. Ain't nobody in the office. Everybody on the phone.
Oh, give your testimony real quick. Give your testimony. Remember? Give your testimony because I don't know if they heard
last time. Yeah, last week we was on the phone. Kim had threw a couple numbers out there and told me what she just heard. And the very next day, it was less than 24 hours, I got the call for my apartment.
Yes, it was like right after we had that big thing. We prayed for everything. Next day came.
Right. It wasn't even 24 hours. And I got the call.
Yeah, that was
one even 24.
That was the bomb.
Mm-hmm, that was the bomb. And them numbers that she was mentioning is still in the play. They all go hand in hand. So God is still, He's still moving. He's still moving, even though I'm in the state I'm in right now. As always.
God got you. God got you.
Amen.
So we got DJ on the. I'm sorry, we got DJ on the line.
Kim is here too.
Deshaun? Huh?
I said Kim is here too.
Okay.
I made it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Kim,
hey, Kim.
how was your
Hey,
week? Your
my week
Kim.
has been miraculous. I tell y'all every week. I said, wait till next week. Wait till next week. Next week shows up. All right. So Sister Missy got her gift, and I got mine as well, loved one, and it's dope. It's dope. I knew I was going to receive a gift, and that's exactly the way that it came, and it was so on point, and it was so on time. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Some powerful movements have been occurring in my personal and spiritual life as well. So I'm just really paying attention to the process of the manifestation, because some things are definitely coming, not just for myself, but for those that are connected to me. So I'm excited about that.
Right. Amen. That's what's up. I had a good week too. It's been a little bit hectic just because I'm trying to do so much, because I'm working now with the Miss Dr. Bessie Fletcher with the mothers and daughters thing, and so I'm trying to really get to do that and unscripted and all that kind of stuff. So it's got a little bit challenging, but I love it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So I've had a good week. All right, now it's time to release the dog. Now it's time to go at it. All right, Kim. I always start with you do.
What you Kim? Yes.
First of all, let's just say the memorial. That was awesome. I thought that was good. Did everybody get a chance to see it? I didn't get to chance to see the whole thing, but I caught some of it. So I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But, yeah, it was beautiful. It bothers me that there are people who are, trying to be like, oh, well, he was on drugs. Oh, well, he was a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this and you're like, why are y'all going to find a criminal, this, that, and the other? Hold on, slow down. Slow your roll. First of all, I don't care what drugs was found in his system. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he had an addiction. Does that make him a bad person because he had an addiction? Most of y'all got addictions. Y'all hide and get out there closet.
Right.
That's what them do. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just ain't got caught on camera yet. Ain't nobody checked your blood yet. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, so he did some things. I'm not glorifying his past. He did some things. He did some jail time. But the thing is, that's the problem with society. Once they pay their debt, they don't want to never let it go. The man left where he was. He left whatever was assisting him to get in trouble. The group he left and moved to a whole other state. He was serious about reforming his life. So don't tell me about him. I'll give him. Let's get to the point at hand. You know what I'm saying? I can't take it. And then they're tripping about a counterfeit $20 bill. Okay, so all y'all that say that stuff, trace back that counterfeit. Where'd he get it from? If he was a drug addict or he was on drugs and that kind of thing, then he grabbed stuff off the street. How do we know that wasn't planted on him? We don't know. So don't be trying to tarnish his name. That's pissing me off. Right. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Yeah, don't be sorry. So I got a chance to listen to Candace Owens talk on YouTube, and I know people are at her throat, and I know I'm going to catch it. However, when I speak upon fuck your feelings, if you listen to what is being said, it's valid. I'm not, and she did mention that she is not at all justifying how this man died. Nobody is justifying that at all. But as far as making people martyrs just because they happen to be black and died under the hands of cops doesn't make it doesn't make the facts change. You know what I'm saying? If he did have some type of, negative background or whatever, if he was living that type of life, or if he, recovered from it, that is what it is. That ain't got nothing to do with the fact of how he died. So nobody's, trying to use that as a justification for him to be taken out that way. So don't take what I'm saying out of context, please. But we have to always look at the information, and she's solely speaking on the fact that we are making him a martyr, that Black people are making him a martyr. Now, my understanding of a martyr is a person who gives up their life because they're fighting for something. A person who died in some type of battle, you know what I'm saying, for the betterment of something. That particular scenario, as it was presented, was not a martyr scenario. It was a fucked up cop scenario. It was a cop being in his emotions scenario, period. It was some hatred scenario, period. It was just that. So it's like you got more than one thing. You have more than one situation, more than one scenario taking place, and people are trying to combine the two, and they're two separate things. No, he may not have been a perfect person. That's fine. That's fine. He may not have been a perfect person. He may have had, some bad things in his past and gone to jail for whatever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm sure he did the time for that. The separated part from that is, why did the cops feel it necessary, or that it was okay to kill him, period, and to kill him in that manner, even if he was high? Nothing that we saw, and we got to remember that, nothing that we saw showed that it was warranted. Nothing that we saw. Okay? And that's the part that also has to be taken into consideration. I'm not at all justifying it. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, we just going to spark some shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying at all, but we are only responding out of our emotions based on what we're being presented, period.
Okay. I disagree. I'm sorry. I absolutely disagree. All right.
No.
I never looked at this man as a martyr. I never once said, oh, he's a martyr. And, and people, I don't know why it was George, but after you keep hearing every other week, every month, every other month, enough is enough. So I just think of him as a martyr, but in broad daylight, with people standing around, this cop felt so cocky and confident that he was, first of all, you tased the man. Then you had the man in handcuffs. So what the hell was the necessity to put your foot on his neck? And if they don't have any type of background about the carotid artery, which is the main artery, when you even twist your carotid up, you have less than 5 minutes and you're dead. So, what he did was malicious. And I don't think that people, period, because it's not just Black people out there. It's everyone. I saw Amish people, and they don't even watch TV and listen to the radio. But when I even saw them came worldwide, everybody is tired of the United States police force. Everyone is tired. And he was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, enough is enough. Like, who's next? Because I have 2 sons. I have 8 grandsons. So when is enough enough? Are one of my kids next, or one of my grandkids, my neighbor? When is it enough? At what point does the police continuously get to take the law into their own hands? They don't. It's tired. And I don't agree to the looting. I don't agree to tearing stuff down, but if you're going to burn something down or tear something down, don't do it in your own neighborhood where they're already not supplying you enough means to just barely get by. We don't get the pretty trees and the flowers and the shit like the suburbs and stuff. So I felt like if they would have tore up their neighborhoods, then, yeah, the reporters would have came out and like, oh, and they're tearing up, they're looting, and, and then they, to me, were kind of explaining these Black business owners who barely was getting by. These are the same business owners who did not get that comfort COVID-19 check. They didn't get that. Who has billions of dollars, 40 million, 50 million. I'm very proud of some of the Ivy League schools that thanked the president but did not need the money. But not all small business people got that.
So did y'all hear about what happened in Chicago? Did y'all hear? You know they're marching in Chicago, right? Like they're really like out there. Did y'all hear about what happened? So there was
explain.
Okay, so there was a family. I believe they were in the parking lot. So I think from what the lady said, the family was trying to go to Target, but Target was closed. So I guess they were leaving, and somehow there were other cars and there was officers, and I guess they said something to them as they were driving out, like, there was the same thing that happened that caused the police to just swarm this family. I'm talking about grandma in the back seat, all the families, aunt, sister, daughter, like 5 people in the car. They just come in and start breaking their windows, pulled the passenger side lady out of the car by her hair, threw her down on the ground, and put his knee on her neck. I'm like, what is really going on? They got a press conference because they're like, are you serious with all this that's going on? That's how y'all doing? Like, what's up with that? Like, So they're marching. They told them, y'all got the wrong family.
Yeah, on Facebook they showed it was a black cop of a fair complexion and a white cop, and it was a protester gone wild. I cannot deny that. But the white cop got him to the ground, and he protruded to do the same thing. And the black officer pushed his leg and shit. I mean, you seem like, man, why do you think they out here? Don't do that.
Right.
And I wonder, like, as far as our first responders, our police officers, our fire department, why y'all set a fire truck on fire? I just can't even fathom. But I wonder, what are these black cops feeling? I truly wonder that. Like, I mean, because you're dedicated to the blues. You took that oath for a reason. I mean, but then you have to work with a lot of these other officers. You're clearly outnumbered. You're definitely going to be outnumbered and, working for the force. I mean, so what do? Do you stand by idly and don't say anything? Do you say something and have all the whole police, I mean, if I say something, will they have my backup if I'm in a I mean, so that's what I'm wondering. But I also saw 2 girls that are in Atlanta. They were going to get them something to eat. Now, what I will say is that they did leave past curfew. And if the government set a curfew, you must abide, period. If you're hungry, you miss curfew, cook yourself something to eat. But when the police stopped them and told them, where are you going? They said, we're getting something to eat. It's past curfew. They busted her window and tased them and then dragged them out the car. And that is what I saw from somebody who was recording it. And this was after George Floyd's kill, after he was. So it's like you got some cops that are pissed. They are angry. So you don't know which level head they're at.
Right. We got a caller on the line. So let's welcome our caller onto the line. So caller, you have 989 in your number?
This is Deshaun Johnson. Hi, this is Deshaun.
Oh, okay. How you doing? How you doing? I didn't recognize you.
How are you guys? Yes, I am on the call.
So how
I just didn't want to blurt it out.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
You know what? Stop playing. How was your week? How was your week?
Hey, lady. It was good.
How was your week?
It's getting better.
That's what's up.
That's good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So is everybody on the call?
I did you, hey Deshaun, I did you like how they try to do in church when they they running in late. When they trying to leave early.
That is funny. Oh my goodness. We have a caller on the line. I knew it. But anyway, I'm glad to be on the call. Can you guys hear my fan in the back? If so, I'll turn it off.
No, you're okay.
Okay.
I'm surprised about Columbus, right? Deshaun, you've been seeing the stuff, protests and stuff down in Columbus. I'm like, oh, Columbus
Yes.
has changed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't.
15 years ago.
Well,
They
I
wasn't
was
like that
kind of
15
late.
years ago.
I was kind of late on when it first happened, but yes, I was. It was crazy. Did anybody? Well, I'll wait. But okay, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, they Trump captured somebody from Columbus, Ohio, doing something. I didn't catch the whole thing. I don't know what it was, but whoever it was, one of the protesters, he put him on his Twitter and said something like, "We see you," and now everybody is on him, and I'm just like, all the cities.
So Trump, okay.
Yes,
So
and
what
that young
gonna
man,
pick Columbus? I'm like, good.
he's a white guy, and he said that he's getting death threats. His mother's getting death threats, all because of his Twitter. All because of
because he running his mouth. All because he running his mouth. Nigga, call it what it is.
Who, Trump?
No.
Is getting death threats?
Like they were saying, I don't know. You got to watch the video. I don't know. I don't know what they was. Whatever it was.
Understand, is Trump getting death threats? You said Trump.
No.
Trump
is
that
the one who. Trump is the one who
everybody's talking
on his Twitter account.
Okay, so Trump did what? I'm sorry. Now I put the phone to my ear.
On purpose.
I'm sorry, guys. It's just a lot of in and out, and I can't understand. But
you're doing good.
Everybody
no.
talking
So, you need to make me forget what I'm saying.
Who's getting the threat? Who's getting the death threat?
Who's getting the threat?
The young protester.
Oh, I thought you were saying Trump was. I'm like, what do you expect?
No.
It's hard to understand.
The young guy.
What young guy?
It's the young white guy that was in Washington. I don't know what he did, but Trump, I guess, I don't know if he saw him or caught him texting or whatever, and put his face out there. I mean, because he put it all on Twitter and put, "We see you." And since then, that young white man has been getting death threats, and so has his mom.
Oh, really? From Trump?
From
Okay,
Trump.
so what's Trump's interest in him?
Right.
Because
what's Trump, the president's interest in him?
It was a video. I think it was a video that captured him or something. Or somehow he captured it, and he followed them. I forget what the name he used. I forget. But anyway, he captured the picture. He put it out there on his Twitter, and now people are harassing him or death threats or whatever Marie was saying. But yeah.
Okay,
I'm like, Columbus, Ohio.
This thing, but Trump, there's a movie. But
you sound muffled, DJ. My listeners can't hear you.
Okay, I know, and that's how everybody sounds to me too. I can't make it out, but I said there's a movie when we're talking about Trump. There's a movie on Netflix showing called Filthy Rich. Have you guys heard of it? Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
I haven't either.
Well,
I haven't.
Well, when you guys watch it, he was a really wealthy guy that took advantage of young girls for a long time, and a lot of people that we know were connected to him. But because he had a lot of money, he got away with a lot of things.
You talking about the one that owns Victoria's Secret's people, that connection stuff going on? Something like you knew the guy, Wexner or something? I remember saying something like that.
Lex Wexner was showed in the documentary, but it's about Jeffrey Epstein, and I think I keep falling asleep on the last episode because I think they said he committed suicide. Something happened.
That was
but
that
a lot
was
of people were connected. But he sexually molested young girls, and he had all these homes in different, like Mexico, London, and because he was so powerful, money, wealthy, he was unstoppable. But Trump was in it too, so I don't know why that came off when you said something about Trump. I didn't understand everything you said about him.
Yeah, I remember the documentary about the guy. I seen the documentary they did for him. Yeah, I think that he was working with Lex Wexner, and I think he stole some money from him and all kinds of stuff. Like it was, yeah. I remember the documentary.
Yeah. I want to say something. If we can go back real quick. If we can go back to the talk with the police officers. I want to go back real quick. And one thing that has to be remembered, and people meaning us for real, are forgetting who they are. Okay, now some of them are. Some of them do have emotions. Some of them do have consciences. Some of them, do have an intent to do better, okay, to be right, to operate righteously. But you have to remember that it's an FOP. It is the Fraternal Order of Police. It's a brotherhood, family, whatever you want to call it. They have a responsibility to each other. The oath they make to protect and serve is not specific to whom. One, you have to keep that in mind. They're going to protect and serve their own. That's the number one thing. It's like it's a fraternal order. It's a fraternity. Just like you would have a sorority. There are certain things, certain rules, certain guidelines, whatever, certain oaths that you take in both of those organizations that bind you as brothers, that bind you as sisters. And above all things, you look out for one another. You're going to cover one another. You're going to make sure you got each other's back. You're going to lie for each other. You're going to do whatever you have to because that is what you gave your blood for. That is what your oath was to protect and serve your brothers, to protect and serve your man and womankind. Period. That's first and foremost. We can't forget that. Again, I will say there are some who look at protect and serve the people as the regular people, as the citizens, as the residents, as the community. There are those. But overall, that's not what this is. Again, police officers, the officer is an overseer. Overseer is the one who looks out for the slaves, the one who goes and reports to the slave, or reports what's going on with the slaves. The overseer is running the things on behalf of the master. We can't forget that. We can't forget that. So to have an expectation for them to do something on behalf of the slave or on behalf of the servant, on behalf of the so-called people, the community, is ridiculous. It's not overall going to happen. Again, that's not to take away from those who are legitimately fighting on behalf of the community, because there are some. But the overall organization is about the protection of their own. We can't.
And I agree. I agree with Kim, and I'll tell you why. Because the officer that killed Floyd, he had been reprimanded.
Did it happen again? Anybody there?
So, I'm sorry. Allow me to address Kim. So, on the move on scripture, so I understand. Learn to you wasn't perfect, so don't be tripping. So, allow me to address Kim. I understand what she's saying about that brotherhood oath, that other thing that they took, but they also took one to serve and protect. And there are a lot of officers who truly honor their badge and they honor what they do for the community. They're like they're like the doctors and the nurses and the firefighters and the people who really, really take their job to heart, and they really want to do that. And I've seen a lot of them basically stepping up and saying, you know what, we're not going to agree to, I don't give a damn about what oaths we made behind on the other side. Our first duty is the reason why we got this job, and we're supposed to protect them. We don't agree with that. Like, I've seen a lot of videos with officers actually talking to the new recruits online, doing a Facebook thing, and telling them, listen, that's not how we do business here. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of really, 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 really good officers who probably took that same oath. I just feel like when I posted about them, everybody just attacked them, and I didn't feel like that's fair. I feel like, they shouldn't have attacked the good officers who are standing up, putting a knee down, and saying, listen, that's not who we are. We don't agree with them. We're with you. Let's start having these conversations. Let's start doing this, because that's not us. So there's a lot of, if all the officers took the oath, there's a lot of them right now who's standing up and saying that we don't agree with that.
I know. I said that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
When they're all wearing blue and they're all doing the same job, you can't tell who's who. You don't know who's doing
right,
what.
But
you don't know what they're thinking. You
said there was more. You said it was more. But you said it was more of the other type. The cops is only, attention to the oath they made to their brothers. More fans. There's more fans than it is. You said there's a small percentage. You said a small percentage of the officers who are about community.
I said you have to understand what.
You said there was a lower percentage. That means that the other one is higher.
I didn't say anything about any percentages. Okay, I didn't say nothing about no percentages. What I said was you have to understand what the fraternal order of police is. It's a fraternal order. It's a fraternal order.
And you said there are some who actually, they also really believe in serving the community, but the percentage of them is lower. That's what you said.
I didn't say nothing about the percentage. I said what it is.
Or you said the amount is lower. Okay.
Girl, you trying to argue all I'm saying absolutely nothing when we was already agreeing. Leave it alone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We was already agreeing.
That's fine. I'll let you. Okay. I'm just on purpose. I'm mute myself.
Arguing with me is just in her blood, I swear. we just got to be at odds. We say the same damn thing.
Kim, see, I need for everybody, all the listeners and stuff on the Move Unscripted, to understand that me and Kim we've known each other for a long time, and our relationship is like that. I'm not going to agree with you. We've been doing this since I lived in Atlanta. When you thought it was going to change because I moved to Ohio? No, I'm not going to agree with you. It's just, that's how who we are.
Y'all are agreeing with each other right now.
We are agreeing. I'm just saying it's different. And
it's blowing her mind that we are agreeing. So she's trying to find a reason to not.
Okay, we're agreeing. All right, now take over. I put myself on mute.
Okay. Well, I would like to give a big shout out for Kanye, and he's not usually my favorite person, but he did offer to paying for the funeral and the memorials, and he's also given $2 million to that family. Also to the lady that got the nurse that got shot, and it was somebody else. So he is trying to do something. And his wife Kim, who I absolutely adore Kim because she's very down to earth. She's not. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but there was another guy in Chicago that's been locked up for 38 years, and yes, he did commit a robbery over a $9. He tried to steal something that was $9 worth, and normally robbery is 10, 15 years. He is still in there today, so she has a petition on the internet to sign a petition to get this man. He's done almost 40 years for stealing something for $9.
What's his
Wow.
name?
I mean, people kill. I mean, you can kill somebody and get out.
Right.
You know, I mean, 38 years for something that was worth $9. He was tried and hung by the jury, and you know, for going on 40 years. And I mean, this
That's
man
ridiculous.
is still sitting in prison. I mean, they put our men in prison. We only make up 30% of the United States. That's all we make up. 13. I'm sorry, not 30. 13. And a good third of our men.
I'm writing that number down. Y'all hear that number? 13. That's the second time 13 got me.
And a third of our black men are in prison. You know, so I'm like, I believe for years, you know, and then it kind of hurts my heart when I hear black people like Trina. Oh my gosh, she pissed me off so bad. Trina the rapper. Like, well, I hope they do. I hope they make it stop at 5 p.m. and have them all locked up. They out here acting like animals. They need to go back to the zoo, or they act like they just escaped from the zoo. And my thing is, I'm sure she was truly in her emotions. And then, like, well, I don't care because they, you know, Trick Daddy tried to save her because they had the Trick and Trina show. And they're really trying to, they're trying to petition to have her pulled. Now, since then, she's apologized. I mean, I do not agree with the looting. You know, and you burning everything down and stuff like that. I do not agree with that. I mean, because but just peaceful marches was not going to do it. And tearing up your neighborhood, they don't care, because if they cared, your neighborhood would be a lot better anyway. But when they went downtown to Columbus, Ohio, and started messing with the State House, that gained attention. When people start taking it to downtown, where people of high places have to work and have to be, that did strike an interest, which reached all the way to White House. So we're not going to sit still. And the main difference about these full marches, as opposed to what they did back in King's Day, is things were still very much segregated. I mean, you got a whole new, different breed of people in this generations below us, and they're fearless. You know, my fear, I mean, because you're not going to really win against the police. You for sure are not going to win against the military. That's an absolute no. You're not going to do it. But we at least gain potential, and we're not stopping. Even in the rain, they're there. You know, but for all the peaceful marchers who's trying to make the difference, who's trying to make the change, I mean, I'm all for that. I am all for that. But sometimes you got to shake shit up to get heard. And that's what they done. And, you know, even though it sounds insensitive, but all these business people are supposed to have insurance. Now it's going to make it go up, and due to the COVID stuff.
Them insurance companies going to be mad.
Yeah, they kind of tore some of them.
And it's very expensive.
I can't.
It's very expensive.
What'd you say, Deshaun?
For them. I said that insurance is very expensive. And it's not like, you know, they're going to replace everything. So these people that's worked so hard for years, and to see their businesses being destroyed, that to me, that makes no sense.
It doesn't.
Be heard. Be heard by, you know, going to the White House, standing. I mean, I don't know. There's other ways, but don't destroy businesses that have nothing to do with the situation, and there's going to be no outcome to it.
Well, one of my solutions to that is for them, because them bricks cost too that they just setting out where there's no construction. The bricks that they are putting out there for the people to grab. Did y'all see those videos about the bricks?
No.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they putting pallets of bricks out there where there's no construction being done whatsoever in the areas in different states that people are using to bust out the windows and stuff. So it's all a setup.
Yep.
Right. And when I made the comment before about the business, I meant I'm talking about the private owned businesses. You know what I mean? The ones that are family owned. The ones that got loans and different things, and nobody's helping them.
Right.
If I can add, let me add something real quick. let me add something real quick. I give respect to these young folks that's out here doing what they think they're supposed to do, right? They're not going to sit down and just take the shit. However, here's the problem. They are, too, repeating history. They are doing what they heard or saw or were taught was the way to do things, to make things change. We have a responsibility and have had a responsibility to teach them differently so history does not repeat itself. We have not given them the proper information and education to move forward and actually cause some real change to happen without a bunch of lives being taken. They're out here doing things based off of how they feel, mind you, and they're also doing it based off of the information that they have, which is his story. His story. They're moving based off of somebody else's shit. They're moving based off of what they were told and what they were shown in his story, how to do it. We didn't teach them right. We didn't give them the information. We didn't prepare them to fight. We didn't prepare them. So we set them up. So whatever they're doing, they're doing based off the information that we gave them. They're moving off of the feelings that they have. They're incited by their rage that we didn't train them, or let me get the word out of here. We did not teach them or help them learn how to not move in their feelings. I told my children as little children, I said, let one thing be remembered, if you don't remember nothing else, never let anybody provoke you to move. That means keep your feelings to your damn self. Think about what's being done or said. Pay attention to the information. Look at look at the plan. Look at the scheme of things. Look at everything before you take a step. You've got to know something. You have to be able to pay attention to all of the information. You've got to see what's coming. You got to see what's coming before they even put it out. You cannot, and I keep repeating this, you cannot fight your enemy when your enemy knows you coming. You can't sneak up on nobody when you marching. Well, your voice is not really going to be heard when you're screaming at each other, when you hollering, when you protesting. It is not going to be heard. When you ever in a group, and I've paid attention to this, when you go to a seminar or something like that, it don't even have to be a seminar. It's a group of people. The one person who says nothing is the one who gets called upon to be heard. That's the one. They want to know what that person is saying. They want to know what that person is thinking. Why? Because that person is the dangerous one. You always hear it. The quiet ones are the ones you got to watch out for. The quiet ones are the ones you got to watch out for.
So I just really want to say I was so freaking, I don't know what word to use. I don't know, just happy, just that the world is there's a lot of countries who are actually doing their own little protests and supporting our movement, and I think that it's absolutely awesome. I want to say it was like maybe I don't know, a few countries. There's a few countries out there.
Yeah, I want to
say
London. I saw some in Europe. I saw some in Italy. I saw some in Spain, because, you know, and there's people speaking out like it's not just black people, it's brown people that are non-white that are mistreated and abused through police brutality the most. Non-white. You know, there's a African lady that I work with, and every year, and they're very Christian oriented. Every year they all gather around in the park and to celebrate. You know, they do like their yearly picnic with the church, but all of their little African churches come together to celebrate. And somebody called and said it was a lot of noise and everything. They're in a park, and the police came and shut them down. And because they're all the ones I've ever met are pretty much well-mannered people, they just quietly packed their stuff up, prayed over the situation, and left. Now the difference is they just got over here within the last decade or so, the bulk of them. We've been here. You know, we've had our grandfathers and you know, we've heard all the stories. We've lived through it. Coming up, things were still segregated when I was a girl. You know, so, you know, we're not going to take it. We're done. We're done with it. So they better do something, because we are done. We're not turning back the clock. You know what I'm saying? The can has been opened. You know, the cat is out the bag, and it's time for change. And we're not going to sit there and listen to them make all these promissaries that they're going to do. I want to give a big shout out to Pelosi, who said until this thing is all figured out, they put up a proposal, the Democrats, the House, that there should be no more chokeholds on anybody until this is figured out. You know, and then by the way, the conduct in the conduct book, in being a police officer and the police academy, there is nowhere in that book that states that it is okay to put your foot on their neck. And in the academy, they are taught like it is not recommended. You have very few minutes of life. And the fact that they didn't even try to do CPR on him, they just took him straight to the hospital. I mean, his chances were less and less. You know, no, we're not going to let you get away with that shit. No, we're not going to do it. We're done. Done.
Well, I am glad that right there was a malicious act. I'm glad they got the other officers. They needed to bring them in. I don't know what charges they need to have, but they need to have something because I don't care what kind of oath they made. When it came down to a life, they should have done something about it. So if all of us in a circle and I see one of y'all doing something that I think is going to be, bad for something or yourself or whatever, I'm going to be like, no, because I already know if you do this, you going down. And not only that, but it was a life. You know what I'm saying? Like they should have done something. So I'm glad that they are facing something. They need my.
Let's say the five of us decided to rob a bank, and set it off. Everybody is getting charged with the crime. Whether I'm the getaway driver, whether I'm the person with the gun holding everybody down, whether I'm the person grabbing the money. Everybody is getting charged with the same crime. So why is it different for law enforcement? Why?
Because they have a brotherhood. Who the police going to tell on? What police going to tell on the police?
What you say, Misty?
Yeah, I said, what police going to tell on the police when you have a vow to protect them? You have a vow. You have given your life. You are shedding your blood. You have pinky swore or whatever to protect and serve your police officer. But who going to tell on him? Who going to whoop his ass? Or her ass. Who gonna do that?
I don't know because I know on the streets they have their same call, but 69 didn't care. He told everybody, "Hey, my mom, she called. She was part of it. She helped. So she lived right over there. Like he was telling on everybody. They had that same code on the street."
Say that last part
right?
Again.
They had that same code on the street.
I saw one police officer and the other officer snatched his ass right back up. He was kneeling to show that he's trying to be peaceful. All he asked is that you abide by the rules. And even, the government put in an emergency situation for the time, and that was necessary because it's not every night they would have had to deal with every night. It's not going, they're not going to just keep shooting out wooden bullets. They're not going to keep doing that. Not that it's not causing damage, because the reporter that they told to move as she was packing her stuff up to leave, I guess she wasn't leaving quick enough. The officer shot her, hit her in her face, hit her in her eye, and the doctor told her that she has lost that eye. You take a shit.
Hey, they was even shooting and doing stuff to the media, to the press. They were like, "I'm press," and he just like,
Maybe because they went. Those were the OSU college students that work in their for the press for college, and they're like, hey, and they had clearance. And so and they still got sprayed. Still got sprayed.
I seen one video where they I guess that. And now what I will say is, with a peaceful protest means that we're doing it legally. So if they say you can protest till 5, then you protest till 5. So you don't give them the opportunity do all the crazy. We're still getting our point across at this point in the game. So now you don't really need to be out there carrying that stuff because we're starting to move forward with justice. So take y'all. If they say it's over at 9, go home. You know what I'm saying?
Home.
These people were there after the curfew. All this crowd, they had put a curfew out. People were still out there. So that's when those and I know that wasn't but the night shift one, night shift crew. Day shift crew. We know we're going home. 5 o'clock. All right, it's time to be in the house. Night shift like, oh, party over here. So they were all out there. And the police were trying to clear the air, but they trapped them in. Couldn't move. They couldn't go to this way or that way. And then they started spraying the crowd and throwing them whatever the little things are they throwing and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So,
did I hear you say they got till 5 o'clock to protest? Did you say that?
I'm saying if at this point right now, I'm talking about right now. We have the 4 officers in custody. You have the fire, you have the police station, and the pastors get together. You have them talking in Congress. So movement is being made. So we don't need the violence no more. What's the violence for? Let's see what they're going to do. Let's give them that opportunity. Don't just be like, give them an opportunity. At least they're moving forward. So you can still protest, but as far as destroying stuff and putting stuff on fire and kind of stuff, chill out because they have all 4 of the people, and we've gotten communication and talks going. So and we got an election in November. Let's see what they do. Give them an opportunity. If they don't, then you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different subject. But they're showing signs of moving forward, so it's time to embrace that. The night stuff is night shift. Y'all don't need to say y'all good. Night shift. What they say, whatever they say, it's time to go home. Go ahead and go home because we made our point and movement has started.
But,
at least let them
the definition of a movement is what, though? Because you can move backwards. You can move in a circle.
We ain't moved. What's the movement?
Exactly.
I'm telling you. Someone just said they made Congress is changing, or the Democrats are talking about stopping all that kind of the choke thing while this is going on, whatever. So that's one thing. You got officers and pastors joining together. You got people, different governors and all kinds of stuff. They didn't put a civil lawsuit out on Minneapolis Police Department. So there's movement. There's movement. They capture all 4 of them and all 4 of them get charged. You said what?
For whom and for what? What is the outcome?
What I'm saying is, at this point in the game, this is the deal. This is the deal, Kim. At this point in the game, we're on a crossroads. We're literally on a crossroads. And we have 2 paths we can go on. At this point right now, today, as of right now, with the 4 guys in custody and all that kind of stuff, we got 2 ways we can go. Either one way, we can go the violence way, which ain't going to do nothing but cost a lot of lost lives. And I think that's premature when there's positive movement. So, or we can go the other line, see what's going to happen, see what's going on. But they got to stop killing our people in the midst of it, because we can't have peace and then y'all still acting out, because then there's not going to be any peace. But if the officers is out there, y'all little buddies, y'all little crew, y'all little team, tell everybody chill out over there. Let's let this process start, and let's do positive. Let's put love back in the atmosphere, because if we don't, we'll have a civil war right here on American soil, and it's not going to be pretty, because this generation is not like all the other generations, and they're serious about that. I know it. I'm hearing the videos. I'm hearing the talk on the street. So I'm saying, at this point again, we need to start infusing positivity in the situation and let them try, because at least they're showing that they're trying. So give them that opportunity versus just going straight for war, which is what's going to happen if we keep this energy on this line doing it like right now. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to our side, and I'm talking about the police. I'm talking about I'm talking about everybody. If y'all want peace in America and you want to claim your spot back, then what you need to do is chill the heck out. You know what I'm saying? And start moving forward. Yesterday it's over. Why are we still living in the past? Come on now. We are called the United States of America. That means we need to unite, hold hands, do love, do what needs to be done to bring back the peace in our land, and let's take our spot back. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be going on right now.
So let me ask you this question then. Let me ask you this question. How do you take your spot back if there's not a fight involved? Because ain't nobody going to just give it to you.
So
This is
we
the
have
thing.
shown the beginnings. We've shown the beginnings of what we can and will do, and what we will die for if things don't. We're showing it now. But what I'm saying is they have started showing that they're trying. And you got to listen to that. You can't kill out the seed as it starts to sprout through the ground. Give it an opportunity to see what happens. And then, if it doesn't, then of course, boom, then go to the next level, which is the level. But if we got a space in between
the front line to get killed. Period. That's what we're doing because we, like I said, we did not and are not.
No,
giving them
no.
the
What I
proper
did
armor
say
to
is
fight.
they got to stop. They got to stop killing because it's not going to work if
they're not going to do that
still
because
killing
they're
people.
angry. They're angry. They're moving in their emotions. Their feelings is their weapon. That's the worst thing right now. Period. When you move in your feelings, that's the worst movement you can take because logic is gone. Information is gone. Processing is gone. There's nothing there.
Right.
We did not give them anything but emotion. We gave them anger. We made them more angry because we ain't doing shit. Because we didn't do shit. Because they don't see a change in anything that we so-called did in the past, in the history with our picketing and bombing shit and blowing up our own stuff in the neighborhood. They don't see no change with that.
So the change needs to be, one of the changes needs to be on the positive side. I don't want to talk the violent side because we already know what can happen with that. But on the other side, on the other lane, everyone make sure they vote. Everybody need to vote and change this. The president and their administration, that needs to change. That energy is it's over for that energy.
So,
that energy needs to go. Everybody
Pam,
needs to vote.
I mean, Patricia, can I ask the question? So, do you think,
yes, ma'am,
by voting, do you think that's managed? I don't think that voting, with everything that is being exposed, I don't think that even is done correctly.
Let me tell you something, right? Because before Obama, before COVID-19, before all this stuff, when people start losing their businesses and their family members and their loved ones and all that, before all that, yeah, okay, maybe. But this time around, even the electoral college people see what's happening to our country. You can't be blind to it. Stuff might have been going on before, and it ain't like it started with Trump, but darn it. It took a 1,265-degree zero downwards since he's been in office. That energy
I think voting. I don't think we've ever had. I don't think that was ever done fairly. I just can't believe that with all the other things going on, that particular was we're going to do all this wrong and let's do this right.
They need to have online voting. I don't understand why they haven't gotten there yet. Like, what y'all waiting on? You can do everything else online. How come we can't vote online? That would be electronic, put in Social Security numbers, boom.
I think anything that involves the system, we have no control over. Anything that we do that involves,
but if you look at the changes they're trying to, make, example, online voting. So because we've been using the same system for forever. Everything else is updated except for that. So the fact that they're talking about it right now, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I hope they do.
I don't know what the answer. I don't know what the answer is, but I think anything that's involving something that they create and they give us to use, it's not. It's controlled.
But they lost loved ones. See, that's the thing. The people who have the power to change stuff, they lost people. They're showing stuff where when stuff was going on, Trump wasn't saying nothing about it. They lost loved ones. They lost business. They lost money. The stock market dropped everything because Tim, he acting like he don't give a damn. The people mad. It ain't just us that don't want Trump in office. Believe it. They lost loved ones too. You know what I'm saying? You got the mayor in New York, or the governor in New York, his brother. You know, yeah, they ain't feeling him. Lakers not feeling Trump. You got more people on your side. Them electoral colleges, I bet you they act right this time. They see what happened. than last time. I bet you they act right. I bet you, because they lost right.
I agree that we will have to vote.
Hold on.
I mean,
Hold on. Let me mute, and so I can hear what you're saying, because I can't hear you. So let me mute everybody so we can hear you. Okay, I hope I don't mute the wrong one.
What I was saying was that voting is necessary because that's going to bring across change. And a lot of times what I have noticed in the past, you know, when Obama ran for president, just about everybody black went out to vote. Just about everybody went to vote. You know, but a lot of times I see, like, if it's real rainy or something like that, a lot of our people do not show up. You must show up because the legislators in our states are the ones that make these laws for the police. And there's no need in them sitting on their asses and just enjoying their term and the perks of stuff. They continuously let stuff slide. And that is the truth. And when it's already after 9, I don't know when you're going to take a break, because when we come back, I definitely want to talk about, was it Candace Owens?
Yeah, Candace.
You know, I just think now is not the time for our people, when we have people of all ethnic groups and races, you know, to have people, well, you know, I agree with, you know, because she was talking about how she agreed with Trump and how, you know, we just basically, you know, she was just trying to, I don't know if that's a token person. I don't know if she's a token, you know, but, you know, and Trisha, I'm just going to tell you, the system was not designed for us. When they came up with these constitutional rights and stuff, that wasn't designed for us. It wasn't. It just was not. We were never a factor. We were property then.
Oh, yeah. Hey, this is passion. This is loud. This is on. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come.
All right, y'all. Forgive me for that little interruption.
I'm so in love with you, girl. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Thinking of you is all I do. All I need in life is you. With you by my side, I can't deny. It makes me stronger for the next day. Don't go away, I'm begging, say. 'Cause if you leave, God knows you're taking the best of me. So love, baby, I'm in love with you. Baby, I'm in love with you. There are no words that I can declare to tell you how I feel for you. Oh, maybe the things you say
thinking about you. Girl, I know you got a few demons around you. Wish you could see what I saw when I found you. Wish I could always feel how I feel around you. I've been up drinking just thinking about you. Girl, I know you got a few demons around you. Wish you could see what I saw when I found you. Wish I could always feel how I feel around you. I ain't felt this feeling in a minute, ooh. And we don't really feel it till it's finished too. You keep looking in the mirror for a different you. I keep looking in your eyes, I won't forget the view. What do you mean? Tell me there's any way you'd rather be than wherever with me. We'll take a plane and we'll change the degree. If you won't take it from anyone out here, I suggest that you take it from me. Get straight from the jump. They know me come clean, yeah. Tell me, what do you dream? I wanna see you become something with me. Something so tight, nothing come in between. Tonight is our night, we're wide awake in our dreams. I tell her I love her, she say the same to me. I've been up drinking just thinking about you. Girl, I know you got a few demons around you. Wish you could see what I saw when I found you. Wish I could always feel how I feel around you. I've been up drinking just thinking about you. Girl, I know you got a few demons around you. Wish you could see what I saw when I found you. Wish I could always feel how I feel around you. Is it real? Is it real? Is this it for us? If you feel how I feel, throw them fingers up. This is everything, our life never was. I love you cause you're opposite to everyone. You're unique and I love your physique. You wear your heart on your sleeve, now you do nothing but bleed. You've been cut it so deep, it probably f***s up your sleep. I just hope you forget it at night when you're clutching to me. I'll put my head on your chest and I'll write a song to your beat. We got distance between us, that's not a problem to me. If I want to see you, I head east. You're 2 days down the street. That's for hours by plane, now I'm back and forth every week. Yeah. I've been up drinking just thinking about you. Girl, I know you got a few demons around you. Wish you could see what I saw when I found you. Wish I could always feel how I feel around you. I've been up drinking just thinking about you. Girl, I know you got a few demons around you. Wish you could see what I saw when I found you. Wish I could always feel how I feel around you.
Levante. Man, when that beat drop, just let it roll, man. Love again. Yeah.
If I send the address to you to my crib, you should already know what it is. I ain't got that good D, you know that for sure. I don't love, got 1 foot in 1 out the door. After, don't talk nasty, I'm gon' want more. Can't take this seriously, yeah. Remember, keep your feelings under your feet when you back it up. Cause I don't wanna waste your time. Don't
pray. Thank the Lord today. Take a look around. Can love be found? We gotta stop and pray. Save this world today. My brother and sister too. Come together and we'll get through. It's out of control. Everything's out of control. Oh, what do we tell our children? Deep down, deep in your soul. What is this world coming to? It's out of control. Everything's can we give them? Oh, just one good reason. Deep down, deep in for the pain, for the pain we sustain is out of control. A room full of people, a nation lost for words. Tears from the brave one, a heritage to preserve. Searching in the darkness, one voice could be heard. We don't know who started this war, but we don't want to fight no more. Everything's out of control. What do we tell our children? Deep down, deep in your soul. What is this world coming to? It's out of control. Can we give them? Can we give them one good reason? Deep down, deep in your soul. Oh, for the pain we sustain is out of control. We gotta stop and pray. Thank the Lord today. Take a look around. Can love be found? We gotta stop and pray. Save this world today. My brother and sister too. My brother, sister too. We gotta stop and pray. Save this world today. Take a look around. It's out of control.
You have tuned in to another episode of On the Move Unscripted on Purpose with me and the ladies. We're having our roundtable discussion. And make sure you tune in. That song you just heard, Out of Control, that's by Candace Owens. She'll actually be on the Move Unscripted on Tuesday with me and Mr. Stout, along with Cardell Harrington. So that's going to be a really good show. And then also, don't forget to tune in on Monday for me and Be Love. A.K.A. Brian Love, or his A.K.A. Every Monday, and we're actually on at the same time, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do live on Blog Talk Radio. But so I'm so glad you tuned in. Remember, this is unscripted, uncut, unfiltered, unedited. I'm trying to think of all the other uns I can put in there. So don't come looking for nothing but a good show. So anyway, back to my ladies. Did y'all get y'all something to drink? Did y'all get y'all some juice, some milk, coffee, a beer, whatever? Did y'all get y'all something to relax?
No.
Hello? Hello?
No.
Did I put y'all to sleep? I'm just trying to have some people. I didn't want to pull out my, the rough dog music. I'm trying to calm everybody down.
Yeah,
I'm trying to bring you down, calm you down. I'm trying. I'm going to keep praying. I don't agree. I believe that prayer is powerful. I believe that prayer with God, he said when two more people come together, he is always in the midst, which means that everything that happens, he's going to protect. He's going to protect. He's going to provide. But we got to go through this. I think you and I talked about that last week. Before you can get to the promise, you got to go through, sometimes you got to go through pain. So right now we're going through, I guess you call them birthing pains. We're shedding all that old stuff, and we're like standing up and we're making a new day, So it wasn't really about changing or turning George into a martyr or anything like that. It's just really about this was the beginning of us standing up and saying, that's enough, no more. So he's just a symbol of that, but not. Huh?
I
said, well, I mean, it can't be because since he died, we still have more black people that died by the police after his death. So I mean, yeah, they need to be doing something.
Right.
But one thing I will say about Columbus is that they did say that they will have 12 people come up with a board to speak for the community, and they will be the ones that will be meeting with the police chief and, you know, the mayor, and, you know, they're there to represent us for a change. You know, so I'm going to sit back and see what we do. You know, I'm hopeful
So that's what I'm talking about.
Because we are out of disarray. But right now everything is in disarray, you know, so we do need to kind of get back to close to normal as we can because we still are in a pandemic. You know, our levels in Ohio are leveling, but they really haven't dropped. And everybody can say, oh, the heat kills it, the heat kills it. It's been hot as ever. But people are still dying from this. So that's still a concern. You know, we cannot forget about that. You know, march peacefully, but wear a mask. You know, I've seen a lot of videos.
I've seen a lot of people without any mask on. So in about 2 weeks, you're going to know how serious it is. Patients about 2 weeks. So if there's not a big breakout, then we know that it's pretty much subsided. You know, except for the few people that. And how do you know that some of those people are not coming down with just regular flu? Remember, we still have regular flu. That's like we had no other diseases but COVID-19. Like there's other stuff. You know, and you got GI issues, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you can't just say everything. Oh, he's sneezing. He got a fever. COVID-19.
That's exactly what I felt like they're doing because I was at the hospital over the weekend. Really bad tooth. Real bad, a bad tooth pain. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. But when I went to ER, I'm thinking they probably got COVID signs. I mean, they definitely checked my temperature before I walked through the door. But I was in and out of there in about 2 hours. So it's not full. I mean, I don't know where unless they got them in a certain section. It's really not full. I'm like, where are these levels coming from? I need to know. Because now I don't know if I think we're just trying to scare us. I don't know. Because, like, where are these numbers coming from? One thing for certain and two things for sure. You are absolutely right, Patricia. If this COVID is still in a hard pandemic like they're saying on television, these numbers should spike in about 2 weeks. If they don't spike, then I think that we are kind of coming out of I don't think that we're out of hot water, but I think that we're coming down more than what they're trying to say. I mean, it can't be that bad. They're about to start basketball back then. I'm sorry.
And not only that, but some people may have a flu. They may have a flu. They may have the flu, or they may have some other, you know, upper respiratory issue or GI issue. Like, it's not like no diseases started until COVID came. So how do you know that those people? I don't believe they're testing every single person that sniffles and whatever. But you know, but we don't know if some of them is being. You know, some of these. I'm not trying to say nothing against the medical field. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I love you. But it's still a business, so don't be coding no COVID-19. We know damn well that patient does not have COVID-19 because they get their money. But I'm not saying that. You ain't hear from me. You hear what I'm saying? I'm just saying, don't be putting no false numbers out there, like, for real. So, I'm just afraid things start to come. I understand what Kim is saying. I really, really do. Kim, I don't want you to ever think that I do not understand what you're saying, because I do. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of like that militant, like, look, I ain't for that. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Reality, don't put no ice cream on it. Don't put no cherry on it. Nothing. This is what it is, and this is what we need to do, and this is how we need to do. I mean, you're real straight. Me, you know I'm cushy. I'm like, love. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I agree with you.
Love, sit down.
I agree with you.
You know.
I don't think I'm as militant as Kim, but I am in a complete agreement with Kim. You know, peaceful marches we've been doing for 60 years, and guess what? I can't say we haven't had some improvements because, hey, we had a black president, but they are coming. They're going like a snail. It's time to pick up the pace. When I drive all over the city, and I'm seeing, I mean, and just from simple things. You know, I could see a thing of construction men, like 20 men, you might see one black man, or you might see one man that's non-white, or you'll see 3 or 4 black men, but then you notice they're the ones picking up behind the men in construction. You know, put our people in jobs because we have families too. We have families too. And now I'm not saying everybody is desperate to look for a job because we do got lazy people, every ethnic race, you know. But for people who's trying to work, a lot of times they are, you know, they're pushed aside because this dude's sister just married this guy who don't have a job, he don't have the training, but hey, he's a white guy. And this is what we have been going through for decades and decades to centuries to centuries. It's time to really say, oh, we're going to be equal and really be equal. I mean, it's time to be equal.
No, it's not time to be equal. That's been the problem. We keep trying to be equal to something that we're greater than. No, we don't need to be equal. That is a problem. We keep trying to be equal to something we are greater than. No, ma'am. Right. I completely disagree with that. And you know, we tired, we're sick and tired. We get sick and tired of some shit every 4 years. Now what? Every 4 years, we have had enough. Every 4 years, we have had enough. When we gonna get enough and just having enough and do enough?
So
but
on
Kim's
time, you got a lot of people. Let me just say, on in Kim's defense, we on the other side, you hear us, we're the day shift. We're the day shift protesters. We like, listen, we lost James. We need y'all to join together, sing love. We're the day shifters. So, you know, the night shifters they're not going to be. If something doesn't change, it's bound to be something that we're not going to want as a country, as a people, as a person. You know,
what is
I'm
it
going to like this? Because I don't want to speak it. I don't want to speak it.
We're all here at our appointed time. We're all here at our appointed time, and the ones that is out there fighting the battle that's on the front line is where they are supposed to be. The ones that are at home gathering everything together, like me, I've been writing and taking notes and writing down goals and setting stuff in place in order. You know, we're supposed to be where we're supposed to be. We are the ones that are sitting home, not going down there protesting, are the ones that should be putting our thoughts and stuff on paper and bringing them to the forefront. You know, now while everything else is going on. That's how I feel. I feel 50-50. Yeah. All the looting and all that stuff, that's bound to happen. And, you know, hey, it's happening. I'm not going to be the one out there doing all that. You know, I'm in the house writing stuff down. And what the Bible say? Write your vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
That's how I feel about it. Everybody is where they're supposed to be.
I'm out there.
I'm actually talking about, example, Chicago. What happened in Chicago with the young lady? That just took stuff to another level. It really did, because this is after this has happened with Doris Wood. This is after the fact. This case where they pulled a woman out the car and put their knee on her neck was after. They just targeted them, and they just did. So Chicago is not the city to start stuff with, because they already, will pull out a pistol quicker than you can blink your eyes. So that's not the city, and they got too many, different. Chicago's a gangster town. We've been knowing that since the 20s. With everything like it is still that kind of a town. So the police need to chill, because it's, from what I'm hearing on the other side, which is kind of like what Kim is saying, they tired. They are tired. They are done. They're like, forget the fluffy stuff. Every time we bring this to the surface and y'all capture one, y'all take them in, and then y'all let them go, and then y'all keep doing the same thing, and we're tired. Like, there's a whole bunch of them that's ready, that they ready for what they ready. Chris Brown wrote a song to it. So, yeah, I understand where Kim is coming from. I really do. I understand where she's coming from. But I still, I'm the day shifter, so I'm trying to bring the peace. I just want the peace, please, peace.
I hear you, but in order to have peace, you got to go through a war. You got to fight for that. It's not going to be handed to you, and that's just a fact.
Right.
Ain't nobody trying to give you that because that means they have to surrender something. They're not letting go of shit.
Right.
But if you
They
got
like you
something
want
that
to come get
belongs
it.
to me, whether you let go or not, I'm getting it. Because you have a choice. You can let it go or I can take it because it belongs to me. I'm not going to ask you to give me my shit. But you have two options. Let it go or I'm coming to get it. That's it. And since we already know it's not going to be let go of, option number 2 is in effect.
Okay, hold on. Can you clarify a little bit? You got me slightly confused. So you're saying,
Okay.
You
For
do
instance,
what,
if somebody if I come to your house, Marie, if I come to your house and just take your stuff, right? Are you gonna ask me for it? You gonna ask me for it? Can I have my stuff, please? Or if I say no, you ain't gonna come take it from me. It's the same thing. You ain't gonna take what's yours because ain't nobody giving you nothing. I mean, hey, I'm on both sides. That's on the one where
we keep asking for the right to. We're asking for the right to just be.
To live.
We're asking for the right to be spirit. We're asking for the right to be human. For what? You are that. Why gotta ask you permission to be something that I am? To do something that I do? No, ma'am. But that's what's going on.
Right.
That's what's going on. And the people that are out here, doing the picketing and all that kind of stuff or whatever, their mind frame is, we ain't asking y'all for shit. No more. But the problem is we didn't teach them how to go get it. That's the only problem I have with it. I ain't mad at them. I'm just mad at the fact that you don't know how to do it. We didn't teach them that. Go get your shit, but this is how you go get it. And then when you go get it, you make it so that they don't ever want to take it again, that they don't want your shit no more. Because what will happen is they'll give you a little bit of it just to pacify you. Just like with the cops. They'll get the cops, they'll put them in jail, whatever, for a couple of years to pacify. What happens when they get out? What happens when the pacification no longer works? What happens when that moment is over, when the feelings of being temporarily satisfied by the emotion of pacification is over? Then what?
So
history
that's
beats
what we're hoping
itself.
So what we're hoping is that this will be the beginning of a change. You know what I'm saying? We're hoping, we're for those of us like myself, let me just say for myself. For myself, I am praying for change because I feel like, my ancestors died for this country. This is my home. The United States is my home. My ancestors were brought over here against their will. They had no choice in it, and they lost their lives building this country. They're sweat and tears. So for me, I feel like this is my home. This is our home. So all of us. We can't help how everybody got here. We understand all that, but moving forward, this is our home. We are the United States of America. We need to bind together. We need to unite. This is a time when black, white, green, yellow, Democrat, Republican, rich, poor, everybody. I don't give a darn who you are. We need to unite, and we need to bring the love back. And the bad seed, because that's what's going on right now. That bad seed needs to be removed. So whatever oath y'all police officers made, I understand that. Brotherhood, I got it. But in order to move forward and take back our spot as the leading country in the world, you're going to have to handle your teammates that's acting a freaking fool because you know that's not doing anything but destroying the United States. And this is our home. So I'm like, I want the positive. I understand the negative and what can happen,
Patricia,
but I want the positive. So I'm praying for the positive. And if I see some sprouts of positivity, I'm willing to water that and see it grow. But the weeds are still there, which is the people that are going out there still doing stuff. Y'all police officers need to handle your men.
That ain't gonna happen.
If you're gonna stand up and you're gonna say, yeah, we with you, we got you, we understand, we don't agree with them. So I'm gonna need for you to turn around and be your brother's keeper and deal with that, handle that, and squash that, because that's the only thing the way it's gonna happen. The police department
They're not gonna keep them, though.
they have to.
They're not gonna be their keeper. What they need to do is what one did is took his damn badge off and said, I quit. I'm on the side of my people. That's what they need to do. If they really are down for the so-called cause and movement, and they are really sick and tired, take their shit off.
You need police officers. We need police officers. There's a lot of police officers saving people's lives. We need police officers.
Hear what I'm saying. No, we don't need the overseers. We don't need the overseers.
Nope. We need some people. We need our folks to be in leadership. We don't need the overseer. We don't need that at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Well,
we need the ones that are wearing the uniforms that look like us, that say that they down for us, they understand they sick and tired too, need to take their shit off. Take that uniform off. Hand that badge back in. You might want to keep your peace, however, but hand that badge back in and get on the side and do a different kind of fight. Because as far as we concerned, as far as the people that's on the front line are concerned, when they see you, you look just like the enemy because you're wearing the enemy.
But if you remove all of the people that are able to work internally, so you got to have different forces. You can't have everybody on the streets. Somebody got to be in there for manual shit. Somebody got to be understanding what the next move is. Somebody got to be stopping. Somebody got to be doing. So there got to be leadership inside. You can't have all your soldiers on the street and nothing. And nowhere else, and all in one location. You can't do that. No, they don't need to do that. The good officers,
the ones that look like us, that say they are for us, yes, they do. They need to do that. That's what makes a difference. That's what's going to change some shit. That will change some shit.
Well, I disagree because if we move all the black officers off the law enforcement, then we right back at square one. We cannot take all the non-white people off the law enforcement because at that point they can ban, they can get stronger. You're gonna have your few to be like, no, I don't agree to that, but they don't want to be the outcast within their union. I mean, then you got people whose family depend on them to bring a paycheck, and you may not get paid as well as a security guard as you will as a police officer with much better benefits.
Again, I say to detach from the system. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You got to get out of that mentality. You have to detach from that, period.
There was did you see the video? Did you see the video where they were having protesters and there was one officer who was losing his cool? You know what I'm saying? He was losing his cool. He was starting to harass and put hands on one of the protesters, and an African American officer came up to him and not only stopped it but gave him, like you could see, she was going in on him, and he looked at her surprised because I guess what you doing? But you need those in there. The problem, what you need to tell the officers is only y'all that's on our side. We're not telling y'all to quit your job. I'm not going to tell nobody to quit their job when we just coming off of a pandemic. And so who's going to pay the bills? There's nobody trying to suffer like that. No. They need to band together with the ones who are good. They need to band with the ones that are good, and they need to force those bad officers out. How are we going to tell them quit your job and join the thing, and then they was out, but you eating every day. You going to work. You still making your money, however you're making it.
So here's the thing.
We need officers.
Here's where my brother's keeper comes in. Here's where the protect the king thing comes in. Is when we know that's what's happening, we got enough resources to take care of each other. That's how you do that. We got to make sure that we are taking care of each other, especially when we are fighting for our own lives. That's how we do that. You got to stop depending on the main stop depending on the system to take care of us. Stop depending on the system to protect us. It ain't happening. We have to do it for ourselves.
And we actually tried that, Kim. They were called the Black Panthers, but they were dismantled. They bought drugs in, and they started killing. They started turning one against another. I mean, well, where are they? Why aren't they here? Where are they? What happened?
And that's the question. And that is the question. That is the question. Why aren't they here? Why are they not still together?
Because right now, before this even happened, a lot of black people aren't banded together. You should see. Like, I don't really get on Facebook too often, but when I get on Facebook and then people be battling, you got family members I see battling within each other on Facebook for the world to see, or somebody got something horrifying to say. We have been broken. A lot of our black people don't even understand their history. I have a client that was like, well, I don't have no problem with white people. White people been great to me. It was my family and black people coming up that dogged me out. Just like, so, I mean, then, you know, y'all got blacks killing blacks, and y'all sit up there and want to march when the police start killing. I'm like, because you don't know your history. That is how it was designed. You don't know nothing about the letters, honey. Jim Crow's law. You are not aware of your history. And that was the same thing for the rapper Trina. I'm like, they made us that way. You know, we were peaceful people. They pin you against each other. Sometimes they'll kill you if you don't do it. When they boxed back then, slaves, when they boxed and these men were getting paid from it, they had to box to the death or you both died. You know, I mean, you know, the slave camps for breeding, you know, I mean, and they're putting hooves over their heads so they don't know who in the world they're breeding with. You think some of them people didn't happen to inbreed with some of their first cousins or sisters or something? And this is how a lot of things got started. They turned us against each other a long time ago. They also favored the mulattoes, the light-skinned people. The house black, you know, had a little bit more privilege, which in turn they thought that they were better than the field black. I mean, and you know, so there's a lot of hatred within our culture, and until we can fix that, there's no way that they could leave their city jobs and stuff like that to ban my brother's keeper, because I see a lot of people that's not keeping their brother.
You better speak.
They're not keeping.
You better. Let me tell you something. I experienced a lot in Atlanta, and so I agreed with her. We start. If you can get them to do that without, at this point, if this is a change for even our culture, you know, us with each other, bonding, you know, joining together, because it's not going to make a difference if we're telling the whole world to join together and we can't. So if you can really get the brothers keepers to be tan and these other and all that kind of stuff, that's awesome. But you know, that ain't been our history either. So we learning some stuff too. This unity ain't just about, you know, dealing with the tanks and what they doing. It's about us too. We ain't been doing right for a long time. We forgot our history for sure. That's Marie is right about that. We forgot our history. You know, black on black and discrimination about skin color and that kind of craziness. Yeah, that's a lot of that. A lot of that has already been. So you got to fix that too. You know, before we can bond together and just tell people, go ahead and quit your job. You know, we got you. You know, but yeah, just, you know, I don't know about that. I don't agree with that. I personally don't agree with that thing, but I do understand what you're saying as far as, you know, we tired. That's the bottom line. We tired. We just. Whew. It's like you got a child, just keep acting up. You keep putting up punishment. You keep trying, keep acting up. You've been acting up all the time. You just like, well, I'm tired. So that's how we are. We just like, we're tired. We're tired. Enough is enough. This is a whole nother century. It's time to change.
Not only do we need to learn our true history, but white people need to know our history, because a lot of them truly do not understand why we angry. Like, I mean, that happened 400 years ago. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't know what my grandma, you know, I'm like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You know, I'm like, you still need to know. Some things you say are very offensive. And when you say them around me, I'm going to call your ass out on them because I am offended. And I will explain to you why. So every time I get an opportunity to educate, I do that.
And you know what? Every other race who has been done wrong, because we ain't the first race, we ain't the only race. You know, you got the Jews, you got a lot of but they have all been given something for their pain. You get college scholarships for all the Indian children have college scholarships and stuff like that. They've done stuff to make up for it. We never got anything. Where is the what was it, a mule and how many acres? Like, we were supposed to get something.
40
we never
acres
got
and a
anything.
mule.
We never got anything for what we went through. We never got anything. They could have put up a college scholarship. All African American children, all African Americans should be able to go to school for freaking free. We should get something for what we went through. That was a long time, and we built this country. You built this country of our sweat, our tears, and our blood. The government should have something for us. We don't have anything. That right there.
Do you understand that too is a way to pacify us? That's still a way to pacify us. That's a way to pacify. They don't fix nothing.
Right. No, it's a way of showing that we understand that what we did to you was wrong, and we cannot do anything for what our ancestors did because we wasn't there.
Look. So you can't get my smooth skin back after you done whip me and put a bit of welt in me and done swell that, man. No, that's a pacifier.
Give me my history
just
back.
Like
Give me that.
You can't get my fresh skin back too. You can't get my virginity back. You can't get my hands back from picking all that cotton and getting all them. So, man, no. I ain't going.
You know what? That was your ancestors who did that. It was your ancestors who made a better life. Better than then, because if our ancestors had not fought the way they fought and did what they did, we would still be in that day. So no, I don't agree with that. They owe us something. You know, we're in a whole different age. No, it's not where it could be, but it's not where it would have been if our ancestors had stepped. We owe their line. They need to create something. We need a trust fund for all African Americans in America.
Now you know what
we can make those laws whenever we need to.
Over in Ohio, I'm gonna say this real quick. In Columbus, Ohio, we used to have something called the Coming Home. Well, it was on Mount Vernon, and it was every weekend, and it was wonderful. It was like because back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, Mount Vernon, Longstreet, those were affluent black businesses. Yeah. They were black owned. It was black love. Everybody was helping. You know,
and that's
everybody
what we need to get back to.
Big, beautiful houses over there. You know, because white people, we were not welcome downtown. We were not treated the same downtown. You know, so then, you know, people that, a lot of some of these white businessmen came, you know, and they figured, oh, wow, you know, they're generating a lot of money within themselves.
Right.
A lot of money within themselves. Right. And so that's when they decided to put, what is that school? Columbus State over there. And that's when they decided, once they put Columbus State over there, because we had our own. We had our own doctors, our own dentists, our own theater. We had our own everything, clothing stores. There was no need for us to go down there. But they, you know, they realized, oh, shit, black people, they spend a lot of money taking care of themselves.
And
so
what they do.
The minute they open the bridge, they start offering,
now
you
what
know.
they doing with it.
Now when you look at it, that was, 50, 60. Because they stopped us coming home in the 90s. But the last
you been back over
went,
there yet?
I have a client over there. You know, so, but now it's just full of drug addicts, alcoholics, a lot of homeless people. All the businesses have gone because our people kept tearing up our neighborhood. Because there were times in the 40s, 50s, you had the Hanford Village off the Nelson area, and it was in another area over in Brittendale. But black people were not they were not allowed to buy houses. They had the money. They saved a lot of money, but white people wouldn't let them in their neighborhood. So when that slowly that slowly deteriorated. And then even in South Carolina, it was one of the wealthiest. That was called Black Wall Street, and it was President Woodrow Wilson. They did an airstrike, and they wiped out everything. They left them with nothing but burning ashes. Nothing. I mean, and that was when people weren't really mixing and having mixed children and stuff. Now you got a slew of mixed people. You just can't go back and like either you on our side or their side, because there's a lot of black people that don't even accept the mixed people.
So this week has been like I don't even know what to say. We have this has been a deep week. I mean, very emotional week. Our condolences go out to the family, of George and George Floyd and all the people who have lost their lives and things of that nature. This has been a really emotional week. We're moving forward, but, there's still a lot more to go. But as we're coming towards the close of this show, I want to give everybody the opportunity to talk about what they got going on as far as their businesses or, anything that you want to talk about for yourself within this last few minutes. So let's start with, let's start with you, Tim. Well, how's your website going? What's going on with your business?
It's going well. I picked up a couple more clients for the virtual counseling. I was doing a $19 special for 30 minutes until June 1st. However, I have decided to just extend that until it's no longer necessary. So you can go to the website, My Wellness. I'm sorry?
What is it again?
It's myomywellness.com, myomywellness.com. I am offering a virtual counseling session for $19. You get 30 minutes. That's for the virtual counseling for anybody that needs that for either individual, relationship, family, group, doesn't matter. Again, that is at myomywellness.com. And for those of you who are interested or who have not already subscribed, if I may put that out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Queen Goddess, the King Advocate, and click on the link that has the Queen with the sword. It's a lot of things that are actually happening that will not be discussed on the air. But if you like to know, then connect with me, and I will definitely give some information to you. So in the meantime, get yourself healed. myomywellness.com.
Awesome. Okay. So, DJ, are you on the line?
Yes,
DJ,
I was actually on live with Kim. I can hear clear, but yeah, I am. Yep, I chimed back in. But I've been listening in.
You got something going on coming up soon, or what you got going on?
So for the At the Table nonprofit organization here in Columbus, we have our annual women's luncheon that is scheduled for October 24th, and is a benefit luncheon that honors women cancer survivors here in Columbus, Ohio. So the best thing to do is go onto the website or go to the Facebook page, which is At the Table. Website is www.attrinc.org, and you will see some other things that we have going on as well for the remainder of the year, and just to see if you want to learn more about what the organization is about.
What's the website again?
It's www.attrinc.org. And the organization is called At the Table.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
So what about you? You're welcome. What about you, Maria? What you got going
on? Just working. I have things at work. I don't really want to. So I'll keep doing it next week.
No, you ain't got time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a couple. I got my fingers turned in a couple pots. I'm pretty excited. So,
okay.
I'm actually waiting on my follow through. So hopefully I'll have better news next week.
Okay, all right, then. That's what's up. What about you, Misty? What you got going on?
No, nothing right now. I'm just waiting to get my feet planted in the dough, honey, so I can get on at the table.
I know that's right. In fact, we gotta make sure we sign up. We can all go to her event and represent, or whatever. And Kim, make sure you share your link with me so I can make sure that I share it and everything, so that we can continue to support each other, because that's what keeps us moving. For me, I'm just still doing me. Make sure you tune in on this coming Saturday, Scheme Beats Radio, where we have Mr. Stout is interviewing a Mr. Loco, so make sure you tune in to there. And then on Monday, we got On the Move, of course, me and Brian, and then Tuesday, we have our artist reviews. So just make sure you tune in 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. blogtalkradio.com/Patricia Goins. And, of course, it uploads on all the different things. Podbean, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Star Music Radio. It just goes out so many different places. So we want to thank all our artists, and we're also almost at 10,000 members in the Atlanta Music Industry Group, which is awesome and amazing. And as soon as we hit 10,000, we're going to set up a time to do our online celebration. We're going to have some live performances and cash out some cash and just spotlight things. Just have fun and celebrating, focusing on something else during this trying time. So we just pray everybody stays safe. Please stay safe. Make this a good week. Say something nice to somebody. In the midst of what we're going through, because you cannot change what's going on. We can fight for it and all that kind of stuff, but still, in the meantime, between time, make sure you use this time to get closer with your family, your loved ones. Show that love. Even a stranger, say hello. It's not going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Let's put some love in the air, because the one thing I do know, hate can never conquer hate. I don't give a darn. It never has and never will. Only love can conquer hate. So we got to start putting more of that in the atmosphere and just see what happens. You just never know, But everybody, please stay safe, and just stay safe, y'all. Stay safe and hug the ones that love you, and at least be nice to the ones you don't know. Until next week, Want to Move Unscripted on Purpose. Good night, ladies.
Good night,
love.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Everybody stay inside, so everyone can stay alive. This too shall pass. The darkness won't last. Hold on to the one you love. To the one above, this too shall pass. This darkness won't last. I know you're feeling that. This shall pass. I know you're feeling sad. This won't day by day it's